Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back to our channel. My name is Beck. I am a professional mindset coach with a background as a medical doctor. I'm also the founder of the group coaching program Dare Darling. This is the space where I train successful, brilliant women just like you to be able to self-coach to overcome their perfectionism, imposter syndrome, and people pleasing. Those frustrating but also common mindsets that come up and get in our way when we're on our way to do brilliant things and live the life that we really deserve. So if you want to put yourself in a space where you're surrounded by women just like you, on the same missions to change themselves, to change their lives, to get what they want, to live how they want, and doing the work to overcome these mindsets, these barriers, the way that they get in their own way, then Dare Darling is the space for you. I have a link down below for you to join us, and I cannot wait to meet you, to have you meet this community, and to have your contributions, your magic injected into this community for us too. In today's video, I want to talk about a really important concept that I've coined that describes our behavior reactions that steal so much from us. If you are a procrastinator, then this is the video for you. This is a key video to be able to break that cycle of procrastination that's stealing so many of your results away from you. And the concept is the discomfort default. So the discomfort default describes the way that we respond with our behaviors when we feel discomfort. In particular, this common default behavior reaction that we take in response to discomfort. So you guys know, if you've been watching these videos for a while, the cognitive program. The cognitive program describes how our thoughts create our emotions, which in turn drive our behaviors. So when I'm talking about discomfort, I'm talking about an uncomfortable emotion, an emotion that creates discomfort in your body. So in the discomfort default, we're looking at the way that we respond to that discomfort in our behavior. Now, unless you've been coached before, I really need you to slow yourself down with the cognitive program, because for most of us, procrastination is something that we just find ourselves doing. We don't usually see it coming in advance. We only become aware that we're procrastinating once we've already switched the tasks, once we've already gone off cleaning, once we're already walking away from our desk, once we've already opened a new tab on our laptop, once we're already mid-scroll. But with the concept of the discomfort default and with your understanding of the cognitive program, now we can start to investigate your procrastination. We can start to reverse engineer what happened here. We can start from where we are aware, which is in the behavior, that behavior line of our procrastination. And then we can look back and start to investigate some earlier cues that may have been available to us, so that in the future, we can interrupt that pattern. We can prevent ourselves from doing the task switching in the first place. And we can keep our focus, our attention where we truly want it to be instead of procrastinating. The discomfort default is this common generic reaction that we have to feeling discomfort, and it is escaping the discomfort. Now, that behavior that we have in response to our uncomfortable emotion is, in general terms, escaping. We escape the discomfort. So the discomfort default, in summary, is we feel discomfort, and then by default, we will respond below the level of our awareness as fast as we feel the discomfort by escaping it. And that commonly looks like what we see as procrastinating. So if you have a problem with procrastination, for example, in your life, then I'd like you to go looking for this moment of discomfort. But it won't be surprising to me if you can't find the discomfort for two reasons. One, it's very common for us to emotionally suppress. It's very common for us to have practiced ignoring how we feel to the point that we don't even register the fact that we're uncomfortable in the first place. And that's why you can just find yourself procrastinating as if it's some kind of surprise and you're not really sure how you got there. Now, the second reason, the default for these procrastination behaviors, is because the reaction happens so fast. The moment you register that discomfort in your body, you default so quickly to the behavioral reaction that you miss the discomfort, that you barely feel the discomfort. It's almost like your brain is anticipating the discomfort in advance. So it will go ahead and procrastinate to just avoid you feeling the discomfort at all. Because as much as people talk about procrastination being fixed by hacks and tools and more accountability, at the end of the day, procrastination is an emotional regulation problem. And one of the most efficient and sustainable solutions will be upskilling yourself in your emotional intelligence and your emotional regulation. Now, I want to finish this video with talking quickly about why we have this discomfort default. Why, when we feel discomfort of whatever emotional form, we respond as a default by escaping. And that's because of two common heuristics that we hold in our mind. These are heuristics that I would expect most, if not all, people to have. The function of emotions is really to give us information. It's to direct our attention and to move us into action. Discomfort, primarily, in a generic sense, is often trying to communicate something is wrong, change something. And these heuristics that our minds have say, I feel discomfort, therefore there's something wrong or something bad happening in my environment, or this emotion is indicating that there's something wrong or bad in my body. So discomfort is meant to grab your attention and say, I'm unsafe, either from my environment's perspective or from my body's perspective. And with that, it's saying, do something. So the discomfort default moving you into action, making you change your behavior, switch tasks, change what you're doing, makes a lot of sense. And then when you do that behavior, when you procrastinate and you've lessened the discomfort, you get the other side of the heuristic, which says, I feel comfortable, therefore I'm now safe from my environment's perspective and from my internal perspective. And you get this positive feedback from your brain. So you get rewarded by procrastinating from your mind's perspective, from your subconscious mind's perspective. When you feel comfort, the alarm stops sounding, and that's a part of the reason why it's so easy to continue on with this procrastination behavior without recognizing what you've done, because your mind is saying, yes, good, everything's great, I'm comfortable, so things are good. Continue as you are. As opposed to the discomfort default, when you're in that moment of discomfort and your body's saying, bing, 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 alert, something's wrong, change something, do something, I'm not safe. So in summary, the discomfort default is our default behavioral reaction to an emotion that makes us uncomfortable. It makes a lot of sense why we have this default reaction to escape, because of what we make the emotion mean to us, because of what our mind makes discomfort mean. Now, in today's society, where 99.9% of the time your uncomfortable emotion does not mean, it does not reflect that you are unsafe in your environment or in your body, then this is a pattern, a default that we want to interrupt and to be able to overcome, so that we don't keep defaulting to procrastination, so that we give ourselves the option to keep focusing our attention on what we truly want to do. Now, if you can see this discomfort default pattern happening in your life, then coaching is the place to come to clean that all up so you can get ahead with what you want to do. You'll find a link to my group coaching program, Dare Darling, down below. I cannot wait to meet you. I cannot wait for you to meet the other women in this group, and I can't wait to see what you contribute yourself to our brilliant community. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, comment and like down below, and I'll see you in my next one.